What is going on, lunatics? The question now becomes, without the Terra Rebels or with what's going on with the Terra Rebels, can we still hit $1? And stick around because we're going to answer that question. This is getting to be a little bit weird. We've had an interview with Zeradar, who is no longer part of the team, but all is not lost because he says he's always there if anybody needs him. This is not financial advice, but always right.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast.
All right, guys, before we get to the technical analysis, before we need to talk about what is going on, I'm going to show you a video here. This is Asobs and Crypto King. They are talking to Zeradar. They were talking to him yesterday. When they had the conversation with him, there were a couple of real big questions asked. One of them is why he left. Now, the summary on why he left was because he disagreed with how the funding was to be distributed. Remember, we just approved via DAO $150,000 dispersal. He said the majority of that should be going to the L1 programmers and developers who are making this blockchain work, the people who, and he's one of them, by the way. So that turned into, well, he just wants money, and that's not the case. The case is this. They decided that the money, the other people, they decided by DAO that the money was going to go to influencers. Think about that for a second. That influencers were the guys that were going to get the money. Now, I'm, something of an influencer, but I don't like the term because, I'm just trying to report to you what's going on. So, but people that were in the Discord, all of the people in there, that were doing mods, stuff like that. Those are the ones that got paid the most. And that left very little for the actual developer. So what does a developer do? Well, Zeradar quit. There's no reason for him to be there if he's not compensated for his time, if we've shown no value. So now what does that mean? Well, that means that everything is now going to slow down. And can we get to $1 with that? Well, the answer to that is probably still yes, but it's going to take a lot longer now. Does not mean that Zeradar is the end all be all and that we can't find somebody to replace him, but who's going to work for free and who's going to keep doing all of the things that need to be done on a daily basis for something that won't compensate you fairly. And the people who are voting are paying more to mods than to actual developers. The L1 developers, the L2 developers really should be paid. If you want a premier talent, then you have to pay a premium price. And there's a lot of people complaining about that price point and about the price action. Well, that's where we are. So you better figure something out in your brain because things are about to get real ugly on Terra Luna Classic and USTC if they don't get some kind of compensation, because nobody will continue doing this shit for free. So with that being said, let's move on to the price and let's see let's see how that played out. How did it play out? Well, I said, we got to come over here and we got to start moving into this. Well, Zeradar left, and what happened? It dipped a whole lot. Then what happened? We got the bottom. We found it. We found a bottom, and now we started to bounce off of that bottom. But now at this point right here, this means that we've now formed a new low. So congratulations. Arguing about money cost everybody way more than $150,000. And then look, the fact that we're arguing over whether we should be paying these people this is the end result. Okay. Now we're told that everything is going to be delayed because, here we are. So should you keep your investment? Should you take out your investment? That is up to you entirely. I'm going to leave mine in. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I do think that this plays out. The other thing that was a bad move, by the way, Ethereum started to pump again. Bitcoin started to pump again. Now, look, they did the same thing. They formed new lows. Difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin and Luna Classic, as you can see right here, it dumped here and then it minted a new high it dumped here, minting a new high, dumped here, still down low. So we're not making the move that everybody else is making. So this weakness right here, that's going to be here for a while until something gets done. So let's go look at the overall price. You can see here, trade volume is up big time, 83 million, because people are moving out. Market cap is down to 801 million. When we started this, it was 784. Terra Luna Classic is at 2 cents right now. I mean, again, this thing could also stand to move. It's holding up a little bit better, maybe. I mean, you could argue it's holding up a little bit better, but until there's an announcement, all we have is more downside. Now, I don't know when the announcement comes or if an announcement comes, but when and if it does, then hopefully it's going to be something positive, and we'll see what happens. But at this point, here we are. Also, want to update you on Lithosphere, because people are pretending like Lithosphere is something other than a scam. So a week ago, they announced that, here's our amount. We sent our money and we're burning tokens. They sent 10,587,780 tokens. And guess what is still burned as of today? The same amount. Now, look, the guy spent $1,400. This is exactly $1,400, by the way. Or $1,500. I'm sorry. When it was done, it was $1,500 exactly. So somehow or another, exactly $1,500. And look, that's a worthy investment to try to gaslight you into doing something. This is a scam. Do not fall for this lithosphere bullshit. They're not doing what they say they're doing. And you know what? They're welcome to prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to argue with me. Just prove me wrong. Finally. Here's a statement from Tobias. That's Zerodar, and you can see here it's all really kind of been removed. And he does say here, by the way, to clarify, I am not leaving the community. I am simply trying to focus the time I have on L1 and let TR grow onto a path of its own. Let's all just look forward and focus on building rather than battling. So he's going to do his L1 stuff, and he's not going to be bothered by the at this point, pedantic machinations of the Terra rebels. But if you are, and let's move on, if you're an investor at this point, you should be alarmed and you should be concerned, because what's happening right now is the actions of children. Now, that's not to say that these people, by the way, do not need to be paid. They need to be compensated. You, the person who's voting, you are the problem, because you are not funding a project. You are the people that could make this shit go away, and you are the people who could vote to absolutely fix everything. Now, at the end of that, I'm not saying that you voting for more money is going to make a better project, okay? I'm saying that it would pay for talent. And currently, that's what we need, is talent to make something happen. That being said, we'll see how the next little while goes. But if you think that Luna Classic is now ready to go to $1 right now at this point, you're going to be kidding yourself. At best, at absolute best, we could be looking at 3 zeros, 5. And that is with some kind of crazy announcement about a repegging happening at a moment's notice. And that's all my time. This is not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. And guys, you should be concerned, but don't lose hope, because when things don't work out right, the people that do stupid shit, the kids in the room, they get sent to the kids' table, and the adults will take over. So keep the faith, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I'm looking for the good life, sitting on top of the world. I want to be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go